Well, that's not supposed to be there. Run away to a dump truck. It's off the roadway a little bit here on 224. I don't think it'll be anything super difficult. It is loaded with salt, excuse me. The person that called it in, the owner, that irritated me. So they called, said what they had, asked for a price. So they said, oh, it's on the side of the road, it's barely stuck in the snow. So I asked them, send me some pictures, and you know, it's fully loaded with salt. I don't know how many axles it is, probably at least 4 or 5 axles, so good amount of weight. And it's not in a ditch, but it's off the roadway fully in a lot of snow. We got 12 inches of snow yesterday, and they had another dump truck there trying to pull it out. So I gave the guy a price, a very fair price, mind you, 30% less than anybody else in the area. And he said, oh, that's kind of steep, how about 500? Mind you, this is also a half hour away from our location. So I kindly declined that, explained the math to him behind it. You know, it's probably going to be a 30,000 pound pull to get this thing out of there. And he made the comment, wow, I guess I ought to get a tow truck, which irritated me. So, you know, it's not trying to gouge anybody, we're not trying to take advantage of anybody, but you have a big problem, you know, because you're running these dump trucks over here with a load of salt in it. It's a lot of weight. Your driver got off the road. Like, this isn't something you're going to yank out with a pickup truck or another dump truck like you're trying to do. Like, and then to make that comment, I'll just go buy a tow truck. Well, maybe you ought to. Maybe I'll spend several years figuring out how to run it correctly and pay the insane amount of insurance on it. And I don't know, it just kind of rubbed me the wrong way, you know, because I gave the people a fair price by far for what the job is. But just goes to show you can't satisfy everybody, and I understand that. But just irritated me a little bit. So we should be there in a couple minutes. Alright, so we're gonna flip our spades down because this is gonna be slippery. So my winch breaks. Might end up doing a tailboard wrap on it too, because once it comes up out of there, it's gonna want to lean over. Winch breaks. Alright, so go blue endless loop to the toe pin in the front. Should put my coveralls on. See how much freaking snow there is, and these people are setting me for the price I gave them. Annoys me. Alright, so it's fully loaded with salt. It's 6 axles, so safe to say probably pretty heavy, right? So I'm thinking it's going to be 30,000 pound pull. So I'm going to put the drag on it. Which is 3/4 inch line. I'm going to double it. put a, if I have to, I'll put a single line. Has a tailboard wrap. Most of the pull is going to be up here. Somebody give me shit about breathing hard. Sheriff's office to show up. Inch. You want me to wait, or are you good?
What's that?
You want me to wait, or are you good?
Right the plate off so I can read it.
Okay.
Well, if you're here pulling them out and you got your lights, we're going to go keep all the other stuff going on.
All right.
So, all right.
Appreciate it. Thanks. Usually he's got a pin back here. Sounds like that's on high speed. We don't want that. Turn your wheels this way, son. Yep. leg out. Turn the wheel. There she goes. We got her all torqued up. Yeah, that thing was in there. They weren't pulling that out with another freaking dump truck. Turn left a little bit more. Right there. Hold it right there. You see the truck working. Yeah, they thought they were going to pull that out with another dump truck. No flying way. I'm going to work the drag more than the other one. The other one's just kind of, I'll say holding it up right, but helping. I'll pull forward and reset because I think it dragged my truck back 10 feet before it started pulling it out. Thumbnail. Turn a little bit more to the left. Right there. Yeah. All right, bud. Alright, set your brakes. I got pulled forward a little bit. Ooh, yeah, we put a hole in the road there. I don't like doing that, but what are you supposed to do, you know? So I could have got closer to it and lifted. But had the truck set up, makes adjustments until it starts pulling it, I guess. Could have done a couple things different, but at this point I don't want to get it out and be done. So swing the boom that way. seen how the truck was all torqued up. You know, when you got a freshly plowed surface there, it's hard to get your truck to sit still. Even though this truck's plenty capable of pulling that, no problem. It's all about anchorability and can you get it to sit still. Of a struggle. Try these new gloves I got. So the hardest part's over. I don't want to lift my tires off the ground and take a bunch of weight off them because I got the winching brakes on. Same thing, we're gonna have to see how she sits or how it might drag the truck back a little bit till it finally grabs. Back to the right just a hair. Right there. Hold it right there. Yep. Back to the right just a little bit. Right there. Yep. Free now. Turn to the left a little bit. There you go. Yep, back to the right. Back to the right. Right there. My face is getting cold. YouTube's hard to talk. Right here along the river. Real pretty. There's a lot of salt in there, isn't there?
Salt, yeah,
right, set your brakes. Yeah, we got 3 feet of snow there. Uh-oh. That type of snow now. Dang it. Nothing works right when it's cold, you know. Put that in high speed to run it in. Go forward a few more feet. Make sure we're not going to get run over by this oversized load. Least you could do is slow down. Pull forward one more time and I think we'll be set. No, let me do it. Payment link. I guess they slowed down, but still. Shouldn't have backed or pulled forward this far because it's going to want to walk the ditch now. What's that? It won't go in drive? Well, you need to be in neutral right now, but...
You need to pull forward, and when it's strictly drive.
Alright, well, he says it won't go in the drive, so that's not good. That's another obstacle we'll figure out, but you can see how far that thing was in there. Lucky didn't lay it over. That's 3 feet of snow, fully loaded dump truck, 6 axles, hellacious pull. Were you romping on it trying to get out? Nope. Well, get it on the road. You can shut it off for a few minutes. We'll restart it. Start over. rigging, YouTube. 3/4 inch line, good for 16,000. It's doubled, 32,000. 15-ton snatch block. Blue windlass loop doubled up, 42,000. That was probably more than the 30,000 pull, honestly, with all that snow. That was hefty. Cold out here. Like I said, we got like 10 to 12 inches of snow yesterday, or started Saturday. Today's Monday, and we're gonna have like below 0 temperatures for a week or so. So that's cool. All right, set your brakes. Somebody knows, tell me. That side goes that side, and then the spade would probably be facing down. Let's start it back up. This is automatic, I assume. Good. Pull forward a little bit more. All right, sit right here. You got your 4-ways on? Okay. Everything's frozen. Cold, cold, cold. Snot froze to my face. That's cute. worked it a lot. Sometimes they get sucked into the opening there. That might be the hardest I've worked this truck, honestly. Dump trucks are always hard to deal with. Cold out here. Now I'm regretting what I told this guy. I should charge him more. That job was worth more, for sure. Fully loaded, stuck like that. He made it sound like it was just off the edge of the road a little bit. They always make it sound like that, but that's okay. We didn't break nothing. Didn't tear anything up with their stuff. So we paid. Okay, let me know I need that done before I can let your driver go. In there much deeper than you guys realize. The 825 is way less than what we should have charged for that, but I will honor what I told you. I appreciate the call. Alright, as soon as they make the payment, I'll take off and you're good to go. Okay? Alright, be careful.
Oh, you gotta call him?
Yeah, I sent them the link for the payment. They just got to respond to it.
Okay.
So once I take off, you're good.
Thanks, buddy.
Yep.
Appreciate your help.
Yep, careful. This is going to be one of the videos where I get 1,000 comments to say, why didn't you pull it out backwards, dipshit? Well, there's nothing to grab back there for that heavy of a pull. There's no tow hooks, you can't get it to the frame. The airbags are right there. There's a nice big cushy pull pin right on the front of it. So if, trying to talk, my lips are frozen. There's a few, I like looking back on stuff, how I could have done better. What I could have done better is put the corner of our truck on the edge of the road, so I could have stuck that one outrigger in the dirt to make it plant and it wouldn't have slid. Freshly plowed road, you know, trying to get it to sit still is the problem. So I could have set up right next to it and done like a pick and swing on the front and then a pick and swing on the back. So if you're picking vertically, you don't got to worry about your truck sliding because it's pushing straight down on your outriggers. So we would have had to do pick up the back, bring it up on the road, pick up the front, bring it up on the road. Definitely could have been done. We probably would have been blocking both lanes to do that, so we don't like doing that unless we have to. I say we, like I could have got next to it, well, not right next to it, we needed room to bring it up to us. Pick and swing the rear, pick and swing the front. We could have drug it out from the back, then you wouldn't have had that extra snow to plow through. There's really not a great place to grab those back there. Some of them will have some tow hooks back there. That one didn't have anything. So You know, I didn't expect it to pull that hard. And when I say pull that hard, it's, you know, it's getting the truck to sit still. It wasn't, you know, a 30 or 40,000 pound pull for this truck really isn't that big a deal. I mean, it's a big pull, but this truck can do that no problem if you can get it to sit still. But being the freshly plowed road there and getting it to sit still is just, you know, you're trying to move all that weight through the snow when your truck is parked on slippery surfaces. So I always say anchorability is very important in the tow truck game. You know, you could have the strongest tow truck in the world, but if you can't get it to sit still, it ain't gonna do you any good. You know, you have a 100,000 pound winch on something, but if you got it mounted on something that can't sit still, it doesn't do you a bit of good. So, all right, I think we're good. Okay, so we're gonna get out of here. All right, appreciate everybody watching. Turn this one off. Hopefully we get a bunch more. Like I said, we had you know, we had 10 to 12 inches of snow yesterday, and really people surprisingly stayed off the roads. We did, they called it in as a truck accident last night, but it's just a trailer slid off the road on 75 just to winch out. Super simple. I did another one that was stuck on the overpass, just an empty trailer. Wasn't a big deal at all. Then we're just, you know, sprinkled in some light duty calls. Surprisingly, people really adhered to the, you know, in Ohio, the county sheriff will issue a level 1, 2, or 3. Level 3 is to stay off the road unless emergency personnel or, you know, it's an emergency situation, you need to be on the road. So most of the time people ignore that, but this time people really adhered to it. So, and I guess it's going to be that way until tomorrow now. It's going to be a level 3. So I think people will adventure out more and more. Like, this is a state route. This isn't too bad. Some of the county roads are pretty nasty, and then tonight we're supposed to get like 40-mile-an-hour winds, and then the wind chill's gonna be like -25. So I don't want to be out working tonight. So I mean, we always appreciate the business, but I'm not gonna be thrilled about doing it. I don't mind doing it in the snow, but man, when it's that cold, it's not fun. So we're gonna venture back to the office. We'll take this little road. Looks pretty clean. If I can make this turn. We'll go right along the river here. This is the, what river is this? Blanchard River. It's not very big. Not a lot of fish or anything in it. You can't boat in it. It's kind of cool looking though. Out here in the scenic part of it with the snow land. So, alright. Good. Appreciate everybody watching. I haven't had a big video in a while, so I'm hoping to get a good recovery on film. And, you know, it'll be that makes a good video and get some views and stuff. Get that 100,000 subscriber thing. That would be really cool. I think my oldest boy is very excited about that. The prospect of that. You know, kids with YouTube nowadays, it's a huge deal. So he was like I've said before, I know I've said, like I said, 150 times now, but he was the main reason, one of the main reasons I got into doing this. And he mentions it all the time about how it'd be cool if we could get to 100,000. So I think it'd be cool, you know, you get like a plaque or something, he said. So if y'all find this entertaining, give it a like, give it a share, or there's a new thing that they just released with a hype button that you push or something, and it like promotes it more. I'm not really sure, but if you find this stuff entertaining, and if there's anything about the towing and recovery business that you guys are curious about, that you want to hear about, I don't know if I'm qualified to talk on it, but I will give you the best information I have on it, or try to find you the right answer. I'm not a lifer in this industry. Been doing it, I think, going on 9 years now. What is 6? Yeah, going on 9 years now, I think. So I don't claim to be an expert. I wasn't born into it. I haven't been doing it for 40 years. I'm not saying I know everything about it. I say I do enjoy the work. I put a lot of effort into learning as much as I can and doing business the correct way, treating people right. And that's what I know about it. So if you have any questions about our equipment, if you want to see more of our equipment, I do need to do another walkthrough of we've added a lot of equipment since the last time I did that. So yeah, let me know. You can email me directly or just comment on a video. Like I said again, I try to respond to every comment I get. YouTube doesn't always show them to me. Sometimes I'll find some from like a month or so back that I didn't see. So the app doesn't always show me the comments. I always respond to them when they come in, but it doesn't always. They all don't show up. So if I haven't responded to your comment, I apologize. When I do see it, I will definitely respond to it, as long as it's something constructive or nice. Sometimes certain people can be assholes, and I don't like arguing with people on the internet. So so yeah, if you ask me a question or you want to know something about the company, the business, or myself personally, or if I see it, I'll give you the best answer I can. So, appreciate everybody watching. Thank you.